everybody can have thought of everything. Here's a ridiculously beautiful song from Gillian Welch, who does have a habit of creating these very simple little songs that are nevertheless very precious. There's no great challenge here in terms of the chords or the sequence or the structure. Really, it's just about finding the right tempo. If we play it too quickly, the music doesn't breathe, but then if we play it too sedately, it drags. So the picking is the important thing here, just to get that feel right. The album version from Soul Journey, she's playing this with a capo on the 2nd fret, although I've seen her do this live with a capo on the 3rd fret. It's a little bit brighter, but I'm going to stick to this capo on the 2nd fret. As if in G, it actually comes out in A. Let's start then by looking at a generic picking pattern, which pretty much matches what she does on the original. There are a few variations of this, but this will give us the feel we're after. Now she plays a fairly straightforward Travis picking pattern with the thumb moves from the normal bass note, which for G would be the 6th string, up to the 4th string, in quarters, like that, and we alternate then. Often in Travis picking we only use the 2nd and 3rd strings with the 1st and 2nd fingers, but here we are actually going to use the top string as well, and we want to use the 3rd finger up on the top string, so the 2nd finger's on the 2nd and the 1st finger's on the 3rd string, and it's like this. I can't guarantee I'm always going to use the right fingers. My 3rd finger doesn't want to join in. I'd pick that top string with my 2nd finger. But if you're just getting this together, or if you want to get it right, that's what you want to do. Up to speed. Okay, that pretty much matches what she does. So the two halves of this pattern are the same, except that in the first half, we land on the top string. In the second half, it's the 2nd string with the 2nd finger. Okay, there's quite a lot of D in this song as well, and what she does here is she starts on the 5th string. Normally, of course, you'd only be picking the top 4 strings for a D chord, but she adds the open 5th string. That means we get the spread of 5 strings that we're after for this pattern. Now the intro, that's 2 bars, and it's like this. That's in the first bar, and we're hammering on to a C over G. I'm playing as if a G. I've still got my 3rd finger down on the bottom string, but I'm adding my 1st and 2nd fingers as if they were playing a C chord. 1st finger on the 1st fret of the 2nd string, 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th string. Okay. We hold that in the expected pattern, except on the very last half beat, she does play that open 2nd string there. She does take that 1st finger away. That's just at the end. I mean, if you want to get this note for note, but that's a little detail. And then we're into the verse. So the verse is 16 bars long. It really uses nothing but G and D, although the 2nd bar is C over G. So it's gotta be a song left to sing, 'cause everybody can have thought of everything. On to D. 4 more of D. One little song that ain't been sung, one little rag that ain't been wrung, out to G completely yet. Back to D. Got a little left, and we're into the chorus. So if we pick that, what I'm actually going to do is use the intro picking for the first 2 bars. That's an easy way to articulate that chord change, that G to C over G. There's gotta be a song left to sing, 'cause everybody can have thought of everything. One little song that ain't been sung, one little rag that ain't been wrung out completely yet. Got a little left. Okay, that's the whole of that. In fact, in the 4th bar, in the second verse you hear this, and then there's a bit of third verse that comes in as well. You kind of hear a bit of C over G in the fourth bar. Gotta be a song left to sing. We hear a little bit of that, but you know, that's really up for grabs. She doesn't do that on the first time. So if you want to play C over G in the fourth bar, well, that's up to you, but that's the basic idea. The chorus is also 16 bars, and you want to think of this as 2 lots of 8 bars that nearly repeat. It's C for 2, and B minor for 2, A minor for 2, and G for 2. Now it goes round again, but this time C for 2, B minor for 2, A minor for 2, and we end up on D for 2. That takes us into the following verse, and we can use exactly the same picking pattern as we did for the verse, except to say that because we've got C and B minor and A minor, our thumb's going to start on the 5th string. One little drop of falling rain, one little chance to try again, one little bird that makes it home now and then, one little piece of endless sky, one little taste of cherry pie, one little week in paradise, and I start thinking there's gotta be a song left to sing. And just a couple of details to finish off with. You'll remember the verse ends with 2 bars of D, and in the final bar, beats 3 and 4, she plays an open 5th string and 2nd fret on the 5th string to lead us into the C that kicks off the chorus. So we get this. One little, okay, and we get exactly the same thing but on a chord of G halfway through the chorus. Open 5th string, 2nd fret on the 5th string to lead us into the second half of the chorus. And that's pretty much everything. So I'm going to have a little playthrough. What happens? Intro, verse 1, chorus, verse 2, chorus. Verse 3 is the same lyrics as verse 1, and we don't go into a final chorus. We just have 3 bars, and really that's the intro. That's this. And a final chord of G. Something like that. I think maybe she strums that, but that's the idea. Anyway, thanks for watching, and hopefully see you on the next one. 1, 2, or 1, 2, 3, 4. There's gotta be a song left to sing, 'cause everybody can have thought of everything. One little song that ain't been sung, one little rag that ain't been wrung out completely yet, and got a little left. One little drop of falling rain, one little chance to try again, one little bird that makes it home now and then, one little piece of endless sky, one little taste of cherry pie, one little week in paradise, and I stop thinking there's gotta be a song left to sing, 'cause everybody can have thought of everything. One little note that ain't been used, one little word ain't been abused 1,000 times in 1,000 rhymes. One little drop of falling rain, one little chance to try again, or one little bird that makes it home now and then. One little piece of endless sky, one little taste of cherry pie, one little week in paradise, and I start thinking there's gotta be a song left to sing. 'Cause everybody can have thought of everything. One little song that ain't been sung, one little rag that ain't been wrung out completely yet, till there's nothing